Good morning, everyone. The casual way you've been moving through your days, expecting normal progression, anticipating predictable outcomes, operating from assumption that tomorrow will resemble today, is about to be shattered by development so significant that it divides your life into distinct before and after periods. And the reason I'm using urgent language, the reason you better prepare isn't suggestion but warning, is because unpreparedness for major positive change can sabotage that change just as effectively as resistance to it can. This is serious, not clickbait, not exaggeration for engagement. When I say not kidding, I mean I'm reading energy that's definitive, momentum that's undeniable, change that's inevitable, regardless of whether you feel ready. Let me describe what life changing at this magnitude actually looks like. It looks like opportunity that's disproportionate to your current position. You're operating at certain levels, certain income, certain professional status, certain social circle, certain life circumstances, and you're about to receive access to completely different level, not through gradual climbing, through leap. Job offer that's multiple levels above where you currently operate. Investment or partnership offer that catapults your business past years of grinding. Recognition from authority in your field that opens doors previously completely closed. The jump will feel unearned if you're measuring by traditional metrics, but you are qualified. You just haven't been seen by people with resources to reward your qualifications until now. Or it looks like person entering your life who's so different from your usual connections that knowing them fundamentally alters your trajectory. Mentor who takes personal interest in developing you. Romantic partner whose resources, connections, or perspective creates possibilities you couldn't access alone. Friend who operates at level you're aspiring to and who pulls you into their world. Or it looks like crisis that forces evolution. Not every life-changing event is immediately positive. Sometimes transformation comes through difficulty that demands you become a different person than you've been. Loss that forces you to rebuild from scratch. Health scare that forces lifestyle overhaul. Relationship ending that forces you to finally address patterns you've been avoiding. But even when catalyst is painful, outcome is elevation. You emerge better, stronger, clearer, more aligned with who you're meant to be, and looking back, you'll recognize crisis as gift, even though experiencing it felt like punishment. Let's pause here. This reflection invites you to consider which type of life-changing event feels most imminent opportunity, person, or transformative challenge. Maybe you've been hoping for opportunity and recent developments suggest it's building. Interview went better than expected, pitch got positive response, application advanced to next stage. Or maybe you've been open to meeting someone significant and you're noticing increased social activity or invitations or circumstances positioning you where meaningful connections typically form. Or maybe you've been sensing that current situation can't continue. That relationship that's dying needs to end. That job that's killing you needs to be quit. That pattern that's limiting you needs to be broken. And life is about to force what you've been avoiding choosing voluntarily. This reflection invites you to consider what area of your life feels most unstable right now, like something has to give. Why you better prepare is critical instruction rather than optional suggestion. Major positive change creates demands you might not anticipate. New job at higher level requires competencies you haven't demonstrated yet. Higher income requires managing resources at scale you haven't practiced. Higher status relationship requires showing up differently than you have in past. If you're not ready, if you haven't developed internal capacity to handle what's coming, you'll get the opportunity and immediately lose it through self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, or literal inability to perform at required level. Examples: person gets dream job and freezes because they don't actually know how to execute at that level. Person receives windfall and blows it because they don't have money management skills. Person meets ideal partner and ruins it through insecurity. Preparation prevents that waste. Preparation means developing skills you'll need before you need them. If career jump is coming, study what that higher level requires now. If financial increase is coming, learn money management now. If serious relationship is coming, address your attachment wounds now. Building support system that can handle your elevation. People who celebrate instead of resent. People who can advise at level you're moving toward. People who won't pull you back down when you rise. If current circle can't handle your success, you need different circle ready before success arrives. Addressing limiting beliefs that will sabotage success if left unexamined. I don't deserve this. Good things don't happen to me. I'm going to fail anyway, so why try? People at that level don't come from backgrounds like mine. Those beliefs are poison. And they're active, and they'll destroy opportunity if you don't neutralize them before opportunity tests them. Creating space, physical, temporal, emotional, for new reality. If opportunity requires relocation, start researching locations. If it requires time investment, clear schedule of non-essential commitments. If it requires emotional availability and connections that drain without providing value, you can't receive new while clutching old. Start releasing now. This reflection invites you to consider: what's one specific action you could take today that would prepare you for major positive change? Let me address what not kidding emphasizes, because it's pushing back against your potential dismissiveness. You might be reading this thinking, sounds nice, but probably not for me. Maybe for other people, but my life doesn't change dramatically. I've heard this before and nothing happened. That skepticism is protective. It's guarding you from disappointment if this message doesn't prove accurate for you specifically. But that protection is also barrier, because if you're completely closed to possibility, if you're operating from assumption that nothing significant will happen, you won't recognize opportunity when it appears. You'll dismiss job offer as too good to be true. You'll overlook person who could be significant because they don't match your fantasy checklist. You'll resist necessary crisis because you're trying to maintain comfort instead of accepting that discomfort might be required for growth. Not kidding means take this seriously. Don't dismiss. Don't deflect. Don't protect yourself through skepticism so thoroughly that you miss what's actually arriving. Prepare actively, like you believe this is real, like you're confident change is coming, even if part of you doubts, because preparing for change that doesn't come costs very little, but failing to prepare for change that does come costs everything. This reflection invites you to consider: what's your default response to predictions of positive change, cautious hope, or protective dismissal? Timing on this varies by individual, but general window is tight. Days to weeks for some of you. weeks to couple months for others, but not years, not distant future, not someday when conditions align. Imminent, close enough that preparation needs to happen now, not eventually. And first sign might be subtle, email you almost miss, conversation that seems casual but that's actually gateway, small shift that seems insignificant but that's actually beginning of cascade. Pay attention. Don't sleepwalk through next few weeks assuming everything's normal. Stay alert. Notice what's different even when difference is small, because sometimes massive change announces itself with thunder. Job offer, meeting the person, dramatic event everyone notices, but often massive change starts with whisper. Small opportunity you have to say yes to before it grows. Slight shift you have to lean into before it becomes obvious. Quiet invitation you have to accept before it reveals itself as significant. This reflection invites you to consider: what small shift have you noticed recently that you've been dismissing as unimportant? What you should not do when life-changing development arrives. Don't freeze. Don't get so overwhelmed by magnitude that you become paralyzed. Paralysis leads to missing window. Opportunity doesn't wait for you to feel completely ready. It requires response while it's available. Don't self-sabotage through unworthiness spirals. I don't deserve this. This is mistake. They're going to realize I'm fraud. Those thoughts are lies your fear tells to keep you small. Don't listen. Don't overshare immediately. When big change happens, instinct is often to tell everyone. But not everyone deserves to know. Not everyone will be happy for you. Some will actively undermine through jealousy or projection of their own limitations. Hold, change, close initially. Share only with people who've proven they can celebrate your wins without making them about themselves. Don't minimize. When good thing happens, don't immediately downplay it or deflect compliments or attribute success to luck. Let yourself have it. Let it be as big as it actually is. Don't create crisis to distract from good thing. This is subtle self-sabotage many people don't recognize. Things going well triggers anxiety and people used to struggle, so unconsciously they create problem to return to familiar discomfort. Don't do that. Let good be good without manufacturing balance through bad. This reflection invites you to consider: which self-sabotage pattern are you most likely to fall into when good things happen? What you should do when life-changing development arrives: say yes quickly, even if you're scared, even if you don't feel ready, even if you can't see full path from here to successful outcome. Courage isn't absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. And most significant opportunities require courageous yes before you feel confident. Document everything. Write down what's happening. Take photos. Save communications. Because in midst of change, you'll forget details. And later, you'll want record of how it felt, what you were thinking, how it unfolded. Ask for help from people who've done what you're attempting, from professionals who can guide, from friends who can support. Nobody elevates alone. Success is collaborative even when it looks individual. Celebrate immediately. Don't wait until you're sure it'll work out. Celebrate the opportunity itself. The fact that you're being considered. The door opening even if you don't know what's behind it yet. And trust yourself. Trust that you wouldn't be receiving opportunity if you weren't capable of handling it. Trust that fear is normal response to unknown, but doesn't indicate you're inadequate. You're more ready than you think. You're more capable than you believe. You're more deserving than you feel. You remain in complete control of whether you prepare for this change or whether you let it catch you completely off guard. You can take this seriously or dismiss it. Act or procrastinate. Open or close. The power is yours. It always has been. You may notice reading this has created urgency mixed with anxiety. Maybe recognition that yes, something does feel like it's building. Maybe fear about whether you're actually ready. Maybe resistance to believing good things this big can happen to you. Whatever you're feeling, honor it. Take what resonates. Softly release the rest. Trust yourself. Before we close, I want to ask you something. If life-changing opportunity arrived tomorrow requiring immediate decision, what's one thing you wish you had prepared in advance? Drop it in the comments. And do you tend to over-prepare for things or under-prepare and wing it? Not kidding. You better prepare for what's about to change your life. Because change is coming. Preparation determines whether you capitalize on it or waste it, and wasting life-changing opportunity because you weren't ready is tragedy. You can prevent by taking this message seriously instead of dismissing it as hyperbole. Not eventually, imminently, already in motion. Trust yourself with this trust that preparing for change you're not certain is coming is wise, not foolish. Trust that readiness creates receptivity. Trust that you're capable of handling what's approaching, even though it exceeds your current experience. See you in the next one, and listen, when life-changing moment arrives, seconds of hesitation can cost years of opportunity. Prepare now so you can say yes immediately when moment demands response. Stay ready, stay alert, stay worthy. Your life is about to change. Be prepared for it. Take care.